Hello and welcome to an edition of AttractWell Office Hours. I'm Coach Ashley. Today we're joined by founders of AttractWell, Greg and Amanda Kilwine. Hey guys.
Hey everybody.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome back. We are so excited to have you here this week. We are going to be talking about, I think, a pretty important topic to most of us, something that comes up pretty frequently. It's sort of this conundrum of math. Time, hours in the day, number of clients, needing to work out how we can serve our clients the way that we want to, and to have our business provide for us in the way that we would like for it to. So today we have some training that we're going to go through. If you came here today looking for help, please make sure that you put any questions that you have in the Q&A, and we're happy to work together with you on today's call. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to slides and turn off videos so that we've got a good recording quality here. If we could do that, team, we will get this show on the road. Can you guys see my screen?
I can, yeah.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so on today's AttractWell Office Hours, we're going to talk about how you can serve more clients without working more hours. Might sound like a complicated math problem, but it in fact is not. We're going to talk about how to get it done today. So first, we will get into 3 ways to build leverage into your business so you can serve more clients without working more hours. And of course, as always, we will reserve some time for live help and Q&A at the close of our call. So I'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the chat. Leave us a comment. What kind of business do you have? What do you help your clients get done? We're looking forward to learning more about your business in the comments. And of course, again, if you have questions or you need help, we do have opportunity on these live calls to work with you, to get into your account, to screen share, to walk through, to set things up, and to get things rocking and rolling for you. So add any questions or help requests that you have to the Q&A so that we can make sure we cover those on the call. And if you want to work together live, if you want to set aside some dedicated space to work together on an upcoming live call, you can go to attractwell.com/work-review and get on the list if you want to join. If you're watching this as a replay in the future on YouTube, you can go over to attractwell.com/office hours to sign up for this list, get notifications, find out what we're training on ahead of time, and then of course get the replay once it's sent out. Now, first question, do you work one-on-one with clients? Now, the majority of us here do. There are a lot of different types of businesses that we serve, but this tends to be a pretty common denominator with a lot of folks who work with us at AttractWell. In some way or another, you work with clients on a one-on-one basis. So curious what that looks like for you. And here's an important question. What percentage of your business requires you to be present to run it? So if you're coaching, for instance, and you work with clients one-on-one and your model is to coach your clients one-on-one, how much of your time that you would spend on your business is time that will only work if you are present for it, right? Because if you're running your business, then nobody else can do your coaching for you, right? There may be other things that others can do. What does that percentage look like for you? All right, let us know in the comments. Again, we're always looking forward to learning more about our community here. So it's the reason why we put this training together here. We hear, and in some cases, we've even known, experienced these these questions, these feelings, these conundrums, right? So the first is, I need more clients, but I don't have more time to serve them. Have you ever experienced this? Right? You want your business to make more income, but you are already as busy as you can be. You don't see a way for you to move forward. That could be because you work your business full time and you've hit maybe some kind of a plateau, or it could be that maybe you have another job or another business that you operate and you want this one to grow more, but you just can't quite find the time in the day for it. Maybe you've asked yourself if you could raise your rates. Maybe that might risk you losing the clients that you have, or put you at risk at not being able to get more clients in the future. Have you asked yourself this question before? And finally, I need my business to make more money before I can quit my job or focus, shift focus from another business, right? But I'm putting all of my time into the business and need my job or the other business I have for stable income. Does any of this sound like you? Does any of this sound familiar? There's a time for money exchange that we're talking about here, which a lot of us, when we get into business for ourselves, if you've maybe worked, in a corporate career previously or an hourly job, maybe you got into business for yourself in part to not have that time for money trade, to not have a job like you had before. So we want to get out of this time for money exchange, right? Maybe quick show of hands. Isn't it nice to make money when you're not working? Wouldn't we all like to have a little bit more of that happening in our life, in our business? So this begins with a shift from working in your business to working on your business, to allowing your business to become an entity that is not simply you plus LLC or you plus whatever your structure is, right? Your business can be a machine that produces income on its own or with a more minimal involvement on your part. And yes, this can happen even if you're just getting started. Even if the majority of what you get paid for requires you showing up one-on-one with somebody. All right, so systems are how we get this done. Systems create a leverage of time. So we create systems in our business for things like following up with leads, right? And nurturing leads using email drip campaigns, for instance. Maybe if you're here today, maybe you've signed up for a free thing that we've given away on the AttractWell website. Maybe you've gotten the one-page funnel blueprint. Maybe you have seen a series of emails that went out after that, maybe sharing some stories, right? That's a sequence that I wrote. And for folks who are interested in going a little deeper, they take action on what's included in that email sequence. Some of them hop onto a call with me. Not everybody makes it all the way through the funnel to that point, right? But we can automate what this looks like, right? So that we don't have to show up one-on-one for every step of the way. Client onboarding, I definitely recommend that you check out our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/AttractWell. We do have a training on client onboarding that you should take a look at that will help you to this end. Systems around your client onboarding can save you a ton of time. And then of course, systems around serving your clients. We're going to talk about that a great deal today. And look, if you work with clients one-on-one, which again, I believe most of us here do, you work with clients one-on-one and you've hit a plateau where you want to make more money, but you don't know how you're going to fit in more time for clients, then it's really important for you to understand this. You don't have to change your business model. You don't have to stop working with clients one-on-one to be able to serve more of them and to be able to earn more in your business. So let's start with how we can serve more clients. All right, we're going to break this down into 3 pieces. And there are, again, some additional YouTube videos on our channel that I would really recommend that you check out if you want to continue chasing this idea down. And I highly recommend that you do. All right, so the first step is to build leverage into your one-on-one model. So however you are working with clients one-on-one, let's create ways for it to take less of your time. So that starts by making a commitment, if you're a coach especially, to spend your one-on-one time on coaching only. Now, what does this mean? For most of us who are coaches, I think we can agree that we spend an extraordinary amount of time on education, on teaching, right? We teach concepts and then we're trying to coach implementation and adoption of those ideas, right? What I suggest you do first, and this is going to be a game changer for you, and we do have, again, I'll point you in the direction of some supplemental training to this end. If you can start committing to having your one-on-one time be coaching only, you will free up a ton of time in your business. So how do we do this? We use tools to teach. So if you need to teach a concept before you coach it, there are tools. Maybe you made the video, or maybe somebody else said it better than you did, so you share that, right? Maybe you have something that's written that explains an idea. Whatever that might be, you use tools so that when you're getting on a call, for instance, with your client, they have already been taught. You can assign those tools prior to the calls that you have with those clients, and it will save you a ton of time Use saved replies in your AttractWell system so that you can connect them to links and assignments. And those things can easily be sent off, not just to one client, but to the next one and the next one and the next one and so on. You're building a system and how you communicate and get that stuff out. Then you can ditch the back and forth and let your clients book themselves. Let them get on your calendar. So you can use an intake form prior to your one-on-one client calls, and you can embed your scheduler into AttractWell where they can fill out the form before the call so that you know perhaps what they've done since the last call they had with you, what their main goal is, however it is that you do your coaching. You can do all of sort of catch up in a form before you ever get on the call so that the time you're on the call can shrink down to just the amount of time that you really need to dig in on the coaching, which again, if we remove the teaching or we automate the teaching, there is a lot less time required of you one-on-one, which is pretty transformative when you start looking at how you spend your time in your business. Now, what do we do with this from here? From here, we course-ify your coaching. Now, basically what this is, you guys, and I actually did a training not too long ago on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/AttractWell, where we talk about course-ifying your coaching. And what this is group coaching. And most people I see, they get so hung up on this idea of launching a program, launching group coaching, and having it need to be some kind of big fabled guru style, get all the bajillion pieces of marketing and partnerships together to do this big fabled industry launch. And I'm here to tell you that it's just not necessary. I mean, if you want to, you can. And if you already have a list, then do it. That's exactly what you should do. But if you don't already have a huge following, a huge list, that's already like looking to buy stuff from you, then go about this in this very logical and simple way and take what you're doing, build leverage into it, and create an experience that is similar to what someone might experience in group coaching in your one-on-ones. Let's take a look at this. So course-ifying your coaching. Basically what we're doing here is we're using an online course format to support your clients. This is where you would be plugging in your taught concepts, right? So if you're teaching the things, let's just say, for instance, you have a coaching process, right? So you've gotten started, maybe you've gotten certified in a method, and you've got a process of coaching where you cover steps A through Q, all right? Now, for each step in A through Q, there is some kind of a concept that needs to be taught. Maybe it's not for each step, maybe it's for every 3 steps, whatever that looks like. Plug those videos in, have these things in sequence, and you can have a supportive structure where people can self-serve on education. They can go back and rewatch something if they didn't quite get it. How many times have you retaught something, right, to a client? If you're only using your one-on-one time, you're not just shorting yourself on time. Your clients will have a greater benefit if they have something that they can refer back to, right? So teach those concepts with video, plug them into the online course format. You can assign and receive assignment submissions. So, and I actually showed this in the Course-ify Your Coaching training that we did on this channel previously, where you can actually have, here's the video, watch this, here's what you're learning, here's the exercise I want you to perform. The download is right here on the page. You click it, you open it up, then you fill it out, and then you submit it all there. And now you know that your client has learned what they need to learn, and they've performed the first action that you want them to perform. And now when you get on your call with them, you're not having to do all of that heavy lifting, right? Now, the cool thing about this approach is that you can use this same curriculum for one-on-one and group clients. This is you working once and getting paid for it over and over and over again. And again, I highly recommend check out that YouTube training that we did, because I show examples of this. All you got to do to move from one-on-one to group when you have a course-ified model is to just add group calls, maybe add a chat room if you want to have that interactive experience. And this is so doable inside of AttractWell with our vaults. And then finally, you could use automations to send clients to one-on-one bookings with you after their lessons or assignments or milestones in the process are completed. So let's just say, for instance, again, you've got coaching program that takes them from A to Q, and for every 3 concepts, you're going to get on a coaching call and make sure that the implementation of those 3 concepts are good to go, right? That these things are working for them. So now you can actually say, okay, these first three lessons, you're going to watch these videos, you're going to complete these assignments, and then you can have an automation inside of the AttractWell system. After that third one is completed, send them an email and say, hey, it's time for our call. Here's the link to book with me. And now it's almost like having someone managing your business for you, managing the movement of your clients through the coaching process with you, except it's just a nice little robot that you pay for a really good price on a monthly basis for AttractWell, right? So you can really, really create a circumstance where you just are not spending anywhere near the time that you used to. And I think, and I see this over and over again, we're providing a better experience for clients. All right, so let's talk about unifying our business systems. This is the final piece here. I told you I'd give you three. The final piece, if we want to save time, if we want to serve more clients, and we want to do this without working more hours, is we have got to unify the strategy and unify the systems. Right? I see so many folks out there, whether you're coaching, you're consulting, you're a practitioner, you're a service provider of some kind, and you've got like 7 different things that you're trying to manage on top of the social media that you need to be using to get the word out about what you do. You've got one thing that sends your emails. You've got another a course platform that does another thing, but then you need to get the 2 things to talk to each other. And then you need a thing that also will take payment and then do another thing. And guys, it's a full-time job to try to string all the tech together, right? That's where we come in. With AttractWell, we support your whole business, the whole thing. You can do everything under one roof with us. So, and what I would encourage you, if you're an AttractWell member, start exploring some of these other avenues where you can be integrating more of what we have for you into your business. Because there's always something more that you can do to lift that, lift the baseline up in your business in terms of how you have to spend your time on a daily basis, whether that's, your marketing all the way through to scaling. So for lead generation, for instance, you obviously need to get names on your list. You need to get emails on your list. You can funnel your leads from wherever you show up into your pipeline with lead forms on pages, right? So I was actually speaking with someone earlier today. Maybe you have an existing website that you've already built somewhere else and you love it. In this case, I was speaking with a chiropractor earlier today who's part of our community. And she has a website that she's already, poured a bunch of resources into. It's got a lot of backlinks. It's got a lot of authority for local search, and she still sees local clients. So in her case, it makes sense for her to keep that homepage. But for everything else that she does, she can have us running and on the back end, right? So she's got the opportunity to offer a free thing that she links to from that website, and then bring them over to a page in her AttractWell system where they can put their name and email in and continue. Of course, if you don't already have a website that's made, that was one exception where I was like, if you've already got really solid, like you're getting like, basically don't fix what isn't broken. but in most cases, unless you do have a local practice with a website that's generating a lot of authority, you can get away with going ahead and moving everything over here. So getting into pipeline nurture, once you've got leads, you want to make sure that you aren't dropping the ball, that these are people who are able to see that you're someone that they want to keep hearing from, and that there's someone they'd like to have a conversation with to see if working with you is the next best step. So you can manage your contacts. You can segment contacts, your list with tags. You can send campaigns, whether that be specific to a thing that they opted in for. Maybe they asked for a step-by-step guide for something and you send them a drip email campaign that's related to that. Maybe you have a campaign that sells your program or a course that you offer. And then of course you can send off those one-off email or text broadcasts to one person or to many. You also have the conversion aspect of your business. And this is something that a lot of us leave behind, or worse, we actually leave this as something that we are the only one that can be present for every step of conversion. I mean, how many times have we maybe been on social media, and there's someone who is a good prospect for coaching, for instance, And we're keeping all of this in our head, right? We're in our DMs. We really think this person would be great for us. And we're just, following up. And we've just got to be there for every single step of the process to hopefully turn that person into one of our clients or customers. It takes multiple touches, sometimes dozens of touches for someone who is a lead to convert into a customer or client. So why not have these things working on your behalf for you? Why not have campaigns where you are sending out your latest the latest information with them in a broadcast, or getting onto Zoom meetings, which AttractWell has included, if it is time to have the conversation with them, if they're ready for a discovery call, for instance. You can create sales pages with us that do the selling for you for your programs if you have them structured that way. And you can take payment on those sales pages and take payment at the vault level if you want payment plans, for instance. Now, serving your clients, obviously that is where I think we tend to lose the most of our time, where we could build in a great deal of leverage where we assume that we maybe can't. Using online classes for this purpose, course-ifying your coaching, using Zoom meetings that we have, again, included here. Saved replies save you a ton of time. If you send an email to one client, there's a very good chance that that same email is going to serve another client in the future. Why not create a resource for yourself to be able to then go and just pop that straight in and swap out a few words where you need to? And then to scale, right? If we have all of these things in place, the final piece is being able to grow. So we can easily move between one-on-one and group coaching and add new offerings if we've got leverage in place, right? I think a lot of us come in and we see others who are working their business in a particular way. We get that compare-itis, and we start wondering, well, maybe I should have what that person has, do what that person's doing. The fact is, you actually have a lot more space to grow, to see more clients, a lot more clients, and to work in a lot more interesting ways if you've got systems in place that support your business. It's easy to expand if you've got structure to stand on. All right. So I would be thrilled to show you guys how any of this works in the system. If you have questions about how you can modify how you're seeing clients currently so that you can graduate into this more scaled model of how you're serving. So feel free, let us know in the chat or in the Q&A what kind of questions you have, and we can talk about how you can modify how you use the AttractWell system to start seeing more clients in less time. And I'll tell you as well, while we're here, when I first started working with our community, let me go back to, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, when I first started working with our community and offering the main coaching program that we offer today, when people work with me one-on-one, everything was just me on a call with them, me on a call with them. And I was teaching the same thing over and over and over and over again. And it took a whole lot of time, right? And I could really only have 2 or 3 clients at a time, given the intensity of the type of program it was and how often I was available to them and how we worked together. Well, it's not 2 to 3 at a time anymore, you guys. It's now to a place where we have a defined system, and we can easily insert the involvement of team members to execute different parts of the system. So you could actually, once you've got these things in place, more easily hire someone to manage pieces of your business, right? So if you're doing done for you services, you can really create spaces where you can easily fit in a new team member, for instance, or hire a VA to do one thing or another, or again, just simply create automation or some kind of tech piece in your business that gives you more of that time. Because if you can't automate it, why on earth wouldn't you? All right, so let's get some questions here. Hi, Lynn. Curious when to use a sales page versus a vault. It's usually just a matter of preference. However, there is one instance, and this is just speaking to current, this may not be the same in the future because we update and make improvements all the time. But if you want something that is a payment plan or that is a recurring payment, you would want to use a vault for that. For everything else, sales page or a page is just fine. And our page builder you can use for lead generation or for selling one or any number of things, including vaults. So you could actually, and this would be the other case if you wanted to sell multiple vaults, then you could bundle those on a page as well, which is super fun. Good question. Does anybody else have any, or do you have something that you would like to take a look at? I do want to show you guys real quick. I'll point you over to our YouTube channel here. And then I'll show you the 2 trainings that I mentioned. Couple of other things also, we do have, for those of you who are maybe just getting started with the idea of course-ifying your coaching content, and this is just limited to coaches, by the way. If you're a chiropractor, if you're really a service provider of any kind that has a need to bring up the level of your client or customer's education so that they can have greater success in working with you or be more likely to purchase more things from you, that kind of thing. All of these are great cases for actually creating something that is course-ified, that you're offering for your people, whether that is an actual course or a program that you're offering that has sort of course elements that's built like one. And we do have a free resource to that end, and that is AttractWell.com/online course. I'm typing that in our chat right now. So if we go to AttractWell.com/online course, you can get access to that free walkthrough. So let's go look at the YouTube channel real quick. And I'll show you in our videos where you can find, there's a ton of stuff here, but right here, how to course-ify your coaching. We've got a video there on that. And the one right before it is client onboarding systems. So both of those are going to be really helpful for you if you are just getting started on this journey of course-ifying, wanting to save more time and serve more clients. And you'll actually see in both of those trainings a walkthrough of several things that we actually use in our own systems, onboarding to get new clients that are one-on-one clients started right. And that also, again, is built to include the ability for teammates and being able to sort of serve as a team if you want to do that. And then also a great example of one of our programs that we offer twice a year is a group coaching program that is itself an online course for every other, 10 months a year. For the other 10 months a year, it's an online course. When I first built it, whenever I was working with someone one-on-one, it was part of a coaching program, right? I'm having them do this lesson, give me this homework, we have a call, right? And it was the back and forth that way. So you could actually use 3 purposes. So yeah, so that is it for today, you guys. You've got your 3 ways to save time, build leverage into your into how you serve your clients, course-ify your actual coaching content so that you aren't doing all of the teaching when you're on your calls with them. And then finally, set yourself up with all of the other structures in your business as much as possible to be supported with systems, right? So instead of having to take down names and emails when you meet someone, have a page that you can send, have it in your bookmarks and send a page off to somebody where they can enter their own information and get into your contact manager. Look for little ways you can create leverage and save time so that you don't have to do everything in your business. So if you guys don't have any questions, we're going to let you go on and get to work on creating leverage. But I want to give you guys just a couple more minutes. If there's anything that you would like to see or ask, we'll give you that space to do that so we can get that done. I'm glad you like it. Excited to see what else you're up to. Yes, I know that is you, Melissa. Hi. You've got a lot of really great stuff figured out, and it's always cool to see what you're doing. And I should mention as well, you know, when you're working with us, you have the ability to build your business in any way that you prefer, right? Like if you wanted to have an ads strategy, and that's sort of the path that you're taking, that you want to set up a funnel and run ads to it, that's something you can do with our system. If you are someone who is more belly to belly and you do workshops and live events, that's something that you can do with the system. If you are social media focused and you're wanting people to find you there, create a link in bio page on our site, and we can help you there. You can get people onto your list from social as well. And by the way, we haven't done a link in bio page for this channel, have we? I don't think we have. Maybe that's something that's coming up. Well, not yet. Okay. So that'll be one to do very soon. If you guys, by the way, also, if you have anything that you would like to learn about that we have not covered yet, then we, of course, are excited to make training for that as well. So if that's it, you guys are super quiet. That means we are off to the races. We're ready to go. We'll be back next week, hopefully with some exciting new things to share with you and some new training. Don't forget, you guys, it's attractwell.com/work review. Sign up for a space on a future call, like next week, for instance, if you want to have eyes on work you've been doing. And of course, we're always excited to work with you on these live calls. All right. So everyone have a wonderful week. Greg's got the link there in the chat. Make sure you grab it before we go. And we will see you next time, 2 o'clock Eastern, next Thursday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye.